All right. What's up, everybody? Trapline with Jinx here. And welcome to another awesome episode. Today is pull day. So hopefully I have some good catches for you. I'm going to describe to you what I've been up to real quick, and then we'll get into the video. I'm going to talk a little bit in this episode. And there's always this mixture of emotions for trappers on pull day, because trapping season is our go time. It's just kind of what we do. It's our passion as wildlife managers. We are managing these properties. We're getting the numbers down. We're thinking about our small game, our deer, our turkeys, and preserving our future for the next generation. Trapping is just, it's everything for us. We really enjoy doing this. So pull day is always a mixture of emotions. You've got the lows where you know, and then you also have the, well, you know, it's going to be nice not having to check traps, and then you still have your fur to put up. But anyways, I'll get into this episode. Hopefully, like I said, I'll have some catches here for you, and enjoy the nice pull day episode. Okay, so I'm going to describe with you guys it real quick. I think I've caught 50 coyotes all within about 4 square miles, which is a lot of coyotes, and they're still going by. I still got one on camera this morning. They're still coming through, and it's like, good Lord, dude. And they're gonna be even thicker and thicker if we don't. Hopefully the fur prices will come back, and then more people will be out doing this. And challenge yourself to hit some bigger numbers, because they're so abundant, you know. I want to show you what I'm doing in here and in the fur shed. All right, so believe it or not, I've gone through 8 bales of peat moss this year. 8 bales. And I'm still drying peat moss. So that's why I lay that all out. One of these days I'll get my garage back. But I lay it out because the bales come in wet, and put a little air on it and sift that back out. And I'm working on that. Let's go see what's in the fur shed. Well, here's kind of my fur. I just kind of been starting to work on it. I don't have a lot of fur stretchers for coyotes. I think I have 9 altogether. So I have all my fur stretchers full. I've been working on some cats. Some coons are back in there. And that's kind of what I've been working on in the shed. Usually, now this is just me, usually I'll trap until the weather shuts me down. If I get 8 to 10 inches of snow, if they're forecasting a lot of snow, I'll pull my line. I usually run a short line close to where I can, you know, check those easily. And then I'll put up fur. This season has been a little bit different. I've been able to trap, except for the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks we were shut down pretty good, and we haven't had any big snow scares. I had maybe a couple systems come through, but we didn't get the 8 to 10 inches of snow this year. So I'm a little bit behind on my fur processing, and I will work on that in the next, hopefully 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll be done. And then I'll have a video for you guys later on. I'll get it all stretched out and take some pictures. And, you know, yeah, it's been a pretty good productive year this year. So, okay, guys, so here's where I'm going to do a little bit of talking and get a little bit windy. And apologize, but it is pull day. And I want to describe with you guys kind of what we kind of go through as pull day. So, you know, now I have about almost half a month left in my season. I need to go back to work. I have a seasonal type job. They extended our season till late February this year. Usually it's the 31st of January. Now we'll still get beaver trapping to do, and we'll still have, you know, a lot of different trapping stuff to do. And I've got some damage control stuff for predators, you know, I'm gonna get hired out to do. But for the most part, this is our general trapping season. I'm pulling it all to a close now. It's just time for me to go back to work. Need to get some things taken care of. And I just feel like this is the time to get it going. We got a little bit of rain coming in and then some colder weather. I'm just not gonna mess with my sets. So, you know, we set the goals. We try to strive to do our best every year. And this year, you know, there's a lot of seasons where I feel really, you know, really empty about pull day. I feel like, you know, there's more out there. There's more potential. This season is just a little bit different. I feel like, you know, I feel like I really accomplished a lot. I feel like we've grown a lot as a trapper. Super confident this year, leading into next year. And I have a lot of big things planned for next year. And I won't reveal all of those plans, but I'm really building my line for the next season. Getting into newer areas. I've got 2 properties I'm on right now that are new. I'm test baiting and test luring new stuff, looking for next year. And there's some stuff that didn't work for me this year. And, you know, I'm not going to promote that, and I'm not going to do it next year. And it's really a learning process. But that's kind of what I'm working on. Like I said, I do have some big plans for next season. But I don't have that emptiness. I don't feel like, you know, like I didn't get the best out of my season. I really kind of feel confident about what we did this year. I'm really pretty proud of the numbers, the work that got into that, and you know, how to catch that. That's the thing, is when you set a goal to catch a certain number, and you expect to get that, then you have to, you know, there's a lot of planning. You know, 8 bales of peat moss, guys, and I'm running like 3 deep freezers full of fur, and you know, and then I gotta scrape, and I still have to prep my fur, and you guys understand it. There's really a lot that goes into it, isn't there? So I'm not gonna go into any more details. Look for some more future videos, but I just won't be kicking out as much as I normally do. So yeah, so that's just kind of my pull day in a nutshell. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. You know, there's that kind of that, oh, I don't, you know, I'm always checking traps, and there's that feeling of, you know, it's gonna be nice not having to check traps, and then at the same time it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be weird for a few days. So, but anyways, let's go out on the line. Let's go check some stuff out. Hopefully I have some good catches for you today, and glad you're here with me. Well, I'm almost halfway through my line. Not a lot of catches today, which is really what's expected this time of year. It's not even, it's probably right 7th of February. Been cold, or well, it's been kind of warm with the full moon. Have a catch down here off this trail. I want to share that with you. And catch a lot of raccoons the last few days since it's been so warm. It was really nice there for a while. I think I went almost 2 weeks without catching a raccoon. So I was able to put up some good coyote numbers. I love this trail here. Really good cattle trail coming through there. And we did connect on a raccoon, so that's gonna help our farmer out a lot, especially with his field. And gonna get that dispatched, move on down the line. Okay, a lot of guys ask me a lot of times what you look for when you're trapping or you're scouting out new property. Obviously you want to go with sign, number 1, on location. So those 2 things kind of together. I look for late season, look for habitat. It's always really important. The brambly stuff, you see the brambles, I don't know, that sort of stuff is going to hold rabbits. And as the coyotes kind of transition through here, he's going to check that. And a lot of times, I was saying this earlier on my channel, is a lot of times on a ditch like this, because this goes a ways, there'll be one that'll run down the ditch, and then there'll be another one running on the other side. And they work kind of together as they flush game out. And what I'm saying is, you focus on little stuff like that, and you know that if they come through, they're going to be coming through hunting or having their nose on the ground or doing something in that area. So I always kind of look at little stuff like that. And you'll catch that as you kind of grow as a trapper. And you learn when the snow's on the ground what they're doing on this property. See, I got a big log here. You know, they either got to jump that log, or maybe on the end of that log would be a good set opportunity. There's a trail coming through here anyways. And you just kind of look for little things like that, guys. Hopefully that helps. I picked this location here because you could see this kind of bends around here. I set a trap up there, and then I have a really good cattle trail that comes down through here. And I always say they're either in this ditch or they're out, and they follow these ditches. Bobcats especially, they'll pop out of these on the end. But I love this spot here. Now the deer will use this trail as well, and I set just a little bit off of that trail, and the prevailing wind is going that way. It's another thing to look at. And this was going to be a good set regardless, so I would have set this either way. But I was also looking for sign, and I was seeing some coyote tracks coming through here. Now, I wasn't catching in this spot every day like I do some of my other sets, and it's almost sometimes like a crapshoot. You're waiting on the coyotes to come back through, and when they do, you've got a couple traps here at least waiting on them. So I just thought maybe that would help somebody on the channel. There's a lot of good stuff right here on this set that I liked, and I think I did a good job of pointing that out. But focus on these that come out. They always come out of that like that, and there's this good cattle trail coming through here. So I hope you guys like that. I know it's pull day, but there's always something to learn. And even myself, I am not perfect. I hope you guys understand that. There's still a lot of things that I'm learning, but out of the years of trapping and the years of studying these animals and catching, I just thought I'd share that with you. Well, I took you to another one of my properties on pull day. Catching some raccoons today, looks like. So bear with me, maybe I'll have something good on this episode. But whatever I'm coming against, I'm catching, and thought I'd share that with you. This nice location on this. There's a creek that runs down through here, and just kind of started on this property, and I am looking at this property for the next season. This is going to be a good property. I've been catching a lot of raccoons here, and they're very thick. There's a pond structure over here, and they're coming off of that. They're out in this, you know, you can see their trails coming and going. So I knew there's a lot of raccoons here, but I think I'm going to see some coyotes here next year. So I just thought I'd share this with you as I keep pulling traps. T-bone set, about 10 feet off. And I probably the prevailing wind's this way. I want to say I'd probably like to set one over here to get away from catching, you know, the raccoons. A lot of times will run real close along the edge. But I like this set location for coyotes because of this brambly, bushy stuff. I figured they're going to want to come in around here, hunt a little bit and look. And that's why I set that on that location there. So just unfortunate when it gets warm, you catch a lot of these guys right here. Gotta thin them out too. But our landowner, he should be happy because I know he wants quail, pheasants, and this is a nest raider. All right, let's keep moving down the road. Okay, so here I am. I just can't get away from the raccoons. Oh, great set location. Nice long fence line. And then you have this fence row that connects right here. And then I have another set over here as well. Really, really good looking coyote location. You can see there's a trail here where the raccoons are coming. I tried to stay off of that trail. And then this pond structure, there's a trail or two coming off of it. And they're real windy. You know, them raccoons are real windy when they run through. That's kind of how you could tell that it's a coon trail coming off of those. Great set location. It's just such a bummer that you know, the other stuff, non-target, you know, gets in there. Nothing you can do about that though, guys. I could set off those as much as I can, but I'm connecting on these. These last 2 days, both these traps have been full. They've just been, yeah, well, it was 2 raccoons yesterday. So I need to get back in here again next year and thin those out. I could have put DPs on the sides. I just literally was trying not to catch them. But anyways, happy enough. Good location. And I'm definitely putting that on my marker for next year. And I wonder if I couldn't just catch a coyote out here in the middle, which would probably be the thing to do. And maybe out here on this side, catch the prevailing wind. I don't know, just secondary thoughts, but I tried to get off of that trail as much as I could and still catching. Look at that trail, guys. I think somebody blind could see that one. And it just kind of goes to right there. That's what I was talking about. And it just kind of darts back and forth. There's a good coon trail. And they're usually on the ends too. And then coming off the pond dam, and there's always a crossover. So I just thought I'd share that with you real quick. We'll keep moving. Well, I brought you down to my last few traps. Probably have maybe a dozen left. New property, just started trapping this about 3 days ago. I set a bunch of traps on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, kind of a nice, pretty country. Bottom ground. This is a terrace that kind of wraps around, and got a feedlot over here, and went with a dirt hole in the middle of that. Prevailing wind this way. 2 dirt holes right here on a crossing, and then there's a fence that goes that way, and then a fence goes this way. I've got one back in that corner, 2 over here, and then one there, and then one on this other piece. So I like these nice long filter strips. They're gonna hunt those, and it's always a matter of time waiting on them to come back through. And so I'm basically trapping a lot of location, and by what somebody else had told me, I'm seeing some coyote sign, not as much as I'd like to see, but okay guys, this is one of these sets I call a no-brainer. So you have this fence line here, and then you've got a different crop change. And then you got cattle country, nice long fence line. And you can see there's a connecting hedgerow. I always call these no-brainers, and you could tell where the coyotes are crossing underneath here. So I set a dirt hole there, and that one's a matter of time. If my state would have allowed me to, I would have cabled underneath that fence where they're crossing, or snared underneath that fence where they're crossing. Now we have to set off of those. We have to be a foot fully extended on our cables. So hanging a cable in those is a really great opportunity. You can see right here where they're kind of crossing, and then there's another really good crossing right here underneath the fence. Snaring in your state, if it would allow, those would be premier opportunities. So I had to go with a dirt hole right here. It didn't connect this time, but I know next time. This is, like I said, a no-brainer set. So well guys, getting towards the end of the video. So I have this filter strip going this way, and I set a trap here, and there's kind of a crossing right here. You can see it. So didn't produce right there, but there is a good trail coming off of that, and I'm pretty confident in a matter of time I would have caught things like full moon and warm weather since I set these. So that's kind of what you're looking for, and they don't have to travel as much when it's warm, and that's kind of the par for the course. So there towards the end of the line, I've got one more down there. If I don't have any catches, I'm gonna end it right here, so not a bad season, guys. I will have some more stuff coming out periodically. I won't be as consistent on my channel producing the videos, and I'm glad that you guys came along, and I'm thankful for every one of you guys that watch my content. So be looking for some of the stuff that I've got going on next year. I won't reveal any of my secrets right now, but I've got some big things planned for next year. My goal was 40 coyotes. That was this whole season. To hit 40, I hit 55 between Missouri and 5 out in Kansas. and I don't really feel like I've reached my full potential. So I've got all the tools now. I've got the bait and the lure now that I know that works, and I've got all the good properties and the locations, and it's growing from there. And yeah, really excited about that. I had a good time. I don't have any remorse about anything I did wrong, and I don't have this empty feeling. I'm just thankful that I had it, and that it's over, and it's time to start planning for next season. So we go from one chapter to the next, don't we, as trappers? But hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe, turn the big bell notifications on. Otherwise, click the thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. I'm Jinx, and have a great day.